Welcome back to the Word Expanded, the Gospels. We are starting Matthew chapter 15. So let me read the first 9 verses for you. It says, Then the Pharisees and the scribes came to Jesus from Jerusalem and said, Why do your disciples break tradition of the elders? For they do not wash their hands when they eat. He answered them, And why do you break the commandment of God for the sake of tradition? For God commanded, Honor your father and your mother, and whoever reviles father or mother must surely die. But you say, if anyone tells his father or mother, wait, what you would have gained from me is given to God, he need not honor his father. So for the sake of your tradition, you have made void the word of God. You hypocrites! Well did Isaiah prophesy of you when he said, the people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching as doctrines the commandments of men. This is this is super important. The overall concept that we're going to pull out is be very careful that you have not substituted your traditions for doctrine. The way that you do something, the way that you interpret something becomes the word of God. That's not true. That is terrible. It can lead to heresy and it can get you in deep, deep trouble with God. You need to understand what is your interpretation, what is your preferences, what is your way of doing things, the way God has made you. None of that might be bad. But when you start teaching it as doctrine to other people, as commandments, making them feel as if they are sinning when they're not doing it your way, that's a problem. Spiritual pride is a big deal. It is a real problem within the church today. We think that even if it's because of good results, God is actually blessed. We think then that the way that we did something, because God brought the growth in a moment, we suddenly have decided, well, that's how we need to do it. And if you do it any other way, you're wrong. Now we've crossed the line. That is a pride. God brought the growth. God decided to use you. God decided to bless you. And you are making a principle and then doctrine out of what God decided to do in a moment. Now, you make a principle and doctrine off of God, that's great. But if you make a principle and doctrine off of how God decided to use you in a moment, imagine how the Bible differs. If every person, there was a doctrine with how God decided to use them. Abraham twice, at least half lied about his sister and his wife being the same. It got him blessing. So we can make a doctrine off of that. And the interpretation is like, hey, give a half lie and God will bless you. He'll give you all kinds of stuff. You'll get what you want. You'll get to keep your life is what Abraham did. This is a really important concept. Do not substitute your preferences, your way of thinking for the doctrine of God. God, it's so clear. Your ways aren't my ways. Your thinking isn't my thinking. So don't presume and don't teach others that it is. So I'm guessing, if you're brave enough to listen to this video, that you probably have some actual repenting to do. That actually you need to go to God and say, I've done this. I've looked judgmentally on other people because they haven't done things the way that I would prefer they be done, or the way that I now think it has to be done. Be brave enough. Ask God. Seek, search, right? See if there's any unclean way in your life. We'll see you next time, right here on the Word, the Expanded Gospels.